here is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
Fourth and goal to go with the 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
All right. Oh, my goodness. Could you imagine this? Daniel Jones winds up being the comeback player of the year. Well, of course, now there's all kinds of, what would you say? Like OTAs and stuff. Of course, Shedeur Sanders and OTAs. Apparently, he's like the greatest quarterback of all time. You see some articles. He completed 9 out of 10. He had 3 touchdown passes and no interceptions. Not one particular where there's no contact allowed. He completed 9 out of 10 passes, and he's the greatest quarterback of all. But you've seen some stuff too with Daniel Jones spinning the ball at the Colts camp. Looking pretty good. Look like he might be getting ready to win the next 15 Super Bowls in a row. But so there's an article here talking about possibly having Eli Manning's replacement, right? Daniel Jones maybe is the comeback player of the year. I mean, wouldn't that just be a slap right in the face? 1 year after you let Xavier McKinney go, and he has 352 interceptions. Saquon Barkley rushes for 74,000 yards and wins a Super Bowl. And then the next year you let Daniel Jones go, and he winds up becoming the comeback player of the year. Wouldn't that be a slap in the face, huh? So, ex-New York Giants quarterback predicted to win comeback player of the year. Now, I don't know who that predicted it. Former Giants quarterback Daniel Jones trying to make a comeback with the Colts this season. Former New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones was understandably disappointed that his time with Big Blue didn't go the way he or the team hoped. After receiving his release last November from the Giants when he was midway through a 4-year, $160 million extension he signed, Jones finished out the season with the Vikings. This past offseason, rather than return to the Vikings, who have J.J. McCarthy on the roster, Jones signed a 1-year deal with the Colts, where he is hoping to beat out incumbent Anthony, I need to tap out because I'm tired, Richardson. I've never seen that before in my life. Quarterback tapping out because they're tired. Wow. Oh, my goodness. And he wants to become their franchise arm. He wasn't meant to be in New York. Jones might be in a great spot with the Colts, where he is NFL.com writer Jeffrey Chad IHOP, Mr. IHOP, where he's Jeffrey IHOP's early choice for NFL Comeback Player of the Year. Whoever Jeffrey IHOP is, I have no idea. There's every reason to believe Jones can win that battle because Richardson, since arriving in Indy as the 4th overall pick in 2023, has been wildly inconsistent throughout his career and even lost his job for a couple of games last season. Jones knows a few things about that path. The former number 6 overall pick was benched and eventually dumped by the Giants last year, but there's reason to be optimistic about him today. Now, Jones gets to work with a creative offensive mind, head coach, and Shane Steichen. Well, Brian Dable's kind of creative himself, though, and he couldn't cut the mustard with Mr. Dable. So Shane Steichen, who happens to be the same man who helped take Jalen Hurts from raw talent to MVP caliber quarterback in Philadelphia with the best offensive line in football, 2 number 1 wide receivers, and now he's got Saquon Barkley back here. Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks would be pretty good then. Yeah. Meanwhile, Daniel Jones, with a crappy offensive line, at the time he had no number 1 wide receivers, and he did have Saquon Barkley, who got injured a lot, right? So, already Jones appears to be the favorite to wrestle the job away from Richardson, who was sidelined for most of the spring with an AC joint issue. Jones stands to max out at $17.7 million on his contract if he hits all the incentives in this deal. Now, the one nice thing too is that the Giants, what was it, like 27? Oh, go Balls are in the house. What's up, Drew? Now, the Giants, I think it's like 27 million the Giants have in like dead cap money, 27, 28 million, something like that. But thankfully, that's all going to be pretty much gone after this season because obviously Daniel Jones is a large chunk of that. And let's see here. What the am I doing? Darren, I don't want to block Waller. What am I doing? What am I doing on the field? What's going on here? I'm blocking? Are you kidding me? What the am I doing here? I got to retire. Okay, bye-bye. We'll see you. So between those two guys, right, that's where like all that money, dead money is. So, after this season's over with, when the books are cleared, whatever, Daniel Jones, write him off. Darren Waller, Mister, what am I doing here? Write him off too. So their contracts will be no mas. Can Jones resuscitate his career in Indy? Well, there's no reason not to wish Jones the best as he looks to reestablish himself as a starting quarterback. The odds of him winning the Comeback Player of the Year award might not be as good as that writer believes. For one, Jones has struggled throughout his career to stay healthy, which he needs to do even to be considered for the award. But the bigger question is, if Steichen can succeed where the Giants head coach Brian Daboll did not when it comes to Jones in terms of fixing accuracy issues, particularly on his deep ball, repairing the quarterback's internal clock when under pressure, and perhaps most important of all things, fixing Jones' post-snap processing speed. And making sure, he doesn't stare down his receiver or, we can go on and on and on. Or when it's like, I think when it's a trick play and Jones is in the pocket and he's being protected and there's two guys running wide open down the field. And you stand in there and you see two guys wide open down the field, and it was a trick play. You don't hold the ball for half an hour so that the guy comes and sacks you. Yeah, stuff like that. You need to fix stuff like that, Now, it wasn't like one guy. I don't remember who the receivers were. I think it was like two guys open on the trick play. I mean, and Daboll was like, I can't say he was pulling his hair because he didn't have any hair. He was like losing his mind. You can see him like at the top of this. He was like losing his mind. He's like, dude, what are you doing? I mean, again, no one is wishing ill to Jones, who during his time with the Giants was nothing but professional. You got to give him that. You got to give him that. He was very Eli-esque as far as, being his professionalism. He was always the first one in, pretty much the last one out, right? I just wish he when they asked him questions, like when he was at his press conference or whatever. I wish I don't know. That's just me. I'm a moron. I don't know. He always started, Daniel, do you stink? Yeah. I think he always whatever. I don't know why. Somebody told him I always say yeah at first. When he answers a question, first thing you do, as soon as they ask you a question, first thing you do is say yeah, and then just continue on. Well, no one should him out of anything. The first step is for him to win the Colts starting job and show that he has finally addressed the things that held him back with the Giants. Well, good luck there. I mean, I certainly don't wish the guy, no ill will and not like that, but he's got some issues. So if he can resuscitate, well, let's see. I mean, the Texans, if they're the way they were the past couple of years, they could be tough, but I mean, it's not a unbelievably tough division. So maybe they might win some games. I mean, I just can't say. I mean, I couldn't say. I was just unbelievable when Richardson's like, gets up and he's like, "Go, man, I got to get a breather. I'm tired."